you are dealing with so much paperwork. And if there is some problem in the or in the paperwork, uh, the compliance gets delayed, and then the whole cycle starts. So we are a plastic bag manufacturer and exporter out of India. We export to various European as well as American markets. We currently have a team of 6 people who look after both exports as well as imports. Now, this was a very challenging task earlier before we got introduced to Shopify, because all of this documentation that we needed was all done on either Excel or kept as separate files on a computer in a folder. What this what NewFi actually helped us with is to assimilate all these documents together at one place, and at a click of a button, we are able to retrieve all of these documents. So one is, of course, the dashboard that they have created for all the shipments. Somebody like me who is the owner of the company, I would want to know exactly where my shipments are, both inbound and outbound. So that really helps to track the shipment. Second is, at a click of a button, all my executives can get the information that is required. So even if we have to submit information to our CHA or to the customs or VGF, it can all be retrieved at a click of a button. And there are many things that there are many smaller, finer things that we require on a daily basis. Let's say if we are importing some material on license, we need to know whether the license has been, how much of the license has been used, how much of export is still pending. So all of this was a manual task earlier, which NewFi has solved the problem. We searched a lot of other softwares. We actually, for our accounting purpose, we use Zoho as our ERP tool, but we've not come across anything today in India uh, who have specialized the import and export transaction as NewFi has. So I think NewFi has been a software that has been built for Indian exporters, specifically for SMEs like us, who are not very high into the number of transactions, but require all the documentation to be complied with. Getting onboarding was, I think, around a week's job, because we set out a date when we moved all our transactions on NewFi. So it took us a week for all the transactions to be prepared into NewFi. Truly, so they have been very, very supportive, not just to me, but even to the people who are working with us in our company. They've been on call all the time, every time, whenever we call them. We have tried to resolve the problems on the phone itself, and if they've not been able to resolve it on the phone, they've come back to us within the next 3 days with a solution to the problem. We are very, very happy with the service that was provided to us.